everyone, and welcome to another episode of Tub Talk. This is episode 31. Isn't it fun? We're here in the tub, drinking some drinks. Can't really call them alcohol, can't really call them booze. I mean, I guess they're both technically beers, so drink beers and talk about MSF. That's the normal thing we usually do. We're going to down the jet so we can go a little bit more with the voices here. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Ooh. Got triple hit these son of a guns.
You gotta hit the right button.
Yeah, I gotta hit the right button. It's a blind push right here. There we go. Fingers get a little slick.
The temperature down.
I might have. I'm gonna turn it back up. So yeah, I'm Viz.
I'm Sable.
And yeah, we're just talking about MSF. We're gonna talk about some things in the game. We have some stuff to talk about with Satellite today. We had another war with a disappointing finish, and yeah, just like little things going on. But more importantly, first to talk about the drinks, I am doing the Golden State Cider again tonight, the Radical Paradise, and that it is. It's an apple cider with pineapple and some cinnamon in it. I'm allergic to cinnamon, but apparently these don't do anything to me because they've been good. No hay fever, no sneezes, no nothing. So beautiful.
We had cinnamon roll cheesecake today.
Oh God, I had cinnamon. Oh yeah, we'll talk about that too. That was beautiful. Wife, what'd you have?
Zero alcohol Heineken.
So that's why I say technically they're beers, but neither one are actually beer. The one's no alcohol, the other one's a cider. So
yeah.
And that Heineken, I took a taste, real quick on the way out, and it was tasty.
He had my Heine in his mouth.
I did. And it was actually pretty good. It tastes just like the real thing. If you like Heineken, it's right there. So.
Yeah, the Coronas are really good too.
Yeah, they were lime.
I just had an IP non-A, IPNA.
Yeah, IPNA. Yeah.
The other day it was really good too.
Yeah, we got some more of those out in the fridge. I'll have to get those cold for you. I think they're outside the fridge right now. We got to put them in the fridge. We got too many boozes in the fridge right now to make room for the other stuff. Yeah, well, when I got moonshines and cream mixes and daiquiri mixes and cream liqueurs and stuff like that that's filling up my fridge. It doesn't really have any room for stuff.
Preparation of drinking and letting off explosives.
Just preparation in life in general. Sometimes you just need a drink, especially having a war ending the way that the war ended today. So we've been having this thing where, beginning of the war, it's going well. We have a huge lead on the other team because, we're all hitting blah, 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 blah. But we have like 6, 7 people that just don't want to hit at the beginning of the war. I don't know what it is, one of which is my wife. But I don't know what it is. They don't want to hit right at the beginning of the war. So some of us are using counters that we shouldn't really use at the beginning to try to move down rooms rather than having, 20 people on at the same time. Be able to use certain counters to get through. So when we get down to the bottom rooms, the one teams that we have that really counter 3 different teams but are one super team, and I'm talking Sus Offenders, Mercs for Money, and APOC blank, fill in the blank, pretty much APOC and something. When we're using those on the first 6 to 9 rooms, we get down to those last 12 and we have to have somebody come in with them or else we're double, triple tapping and we're running out of teams by then because we don't have everybody up and going. So it's beginning to be a problem. It was an issue. Started off as an annoyance. So yeah, it's beginning to be a problem. And we're running into it more and more. And then that also people putting random stuff on defense. Like, we have set things that we want on defense so we can have those teams on offense. For some reason, some people are putting them on defense still. I don't get it. I don't understand it. So, I don't know. We'll get to a point where we'll be more comfortable, but it's just frustrating when you have a lead, you end up losing by 2,000 points, 100 points, 5 points,
well, I mean, it
3
didn't help
points.
that no matter what, we weren't going to board clear, and they board cleared us. So.
They didn't board clear us.
They didn't finish fight deck 1?
Nope. They couldn't get through it. They didn't have teams.
Couldn't clear their last Mephisto, so.
I mean, we could have if people would have been attacking earlier and better.
Oh, yeah.
We wouldn't have to waste those teams on other teams that are up above that. So it's just
I know
being smart.
No, D3 didn't one-shot it. He helped attack it.
Yeah, it's just being smart with your attacks, and people aren't doing that right now. They're just throwing whatever at the wall to see what sticks rather than just following the plan and playing as a team. So
well, it was the first war with the supposed boosts.
There was no boost.
There's no.
It was the same stuff as always. Just play as normal. And people didn't do what I asked to and put certain teams in certain rooms and boost their defense. Everybody was doing their DD7 teams instead. So it's whatever. It's all for all right now. They're doing their own thing, and the brags are all, look who I 19 rather than my defense is stronger. Here you go for the team. So it ebbs and flows.
Like that when every DD comes out.
It ebbs and
Everybody
flows.
wants that new hotness.
Yeah, so it's whatever. We'll get there. We'll get back to a spot.
Character releases just one on top of each other.
So yeah, so that's the next thing. So we had Captain Britain's showcase event come out today with Shuri.
Whatever.
Shuri was released.
And his milestones. So if you can get to the first shield, you'll get part of him.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about.
You need her at 3 stars to get that first one.
Yeah, so they did that. They released
the greatest offers ever.
Yeah, with the best offers ever. I mean, technically they're correct, which some stupid fucking people that want to do a class action lawsuit, you're a bunch of idiots. Because in reality, it is what it is. Usually the deal is $50 for 100 shards. That's the usual deal that they put out. And so this time they put out was 135 or 120?
125.
125 shards for $50. So was 120 was technically the best deal that they have done for an opening thing.
125 for 310.
Yeah, so it was. They technically did do the best deal that they had done. So they were of their word. There's no way you're getting anything out of that. So.
Yeah, the fucking Krakens don't care anyway.
No, so I don't know why you would try to do something about it. And pause.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We figured you would come out here. We were waiting. Yeah.
I just finished the dishes and I was going to go take a shower.
Okay, so what part of the dishes did you finish?
I unloaded the dishwasher, everything, and loaded everything into it and started it.
Okay, did you wash all the other pans and stuff that you're going to have to wash by hand?
I washed Mom's pink pan and it's drying now. The rest is dishwashable.
Not the big black pan, not the huge, tall black kettle. You're when? They were sitting there a second ago.
Just washing my hands.
So you just said I only washed Mom's pink pan.
I never said that. I said I washed Mom's pink pan. I never had it only. I just said I washed Mom's pink pan.
So there's no dishes in the sink and on the counters?
There are dishes in the sink that are dishwashable. I was going to put them with the next load.
How about make room for them this load? Anything that's bigger than like this, that's not a plate, take it out and wash it by hand. Put the small stuff in there instead so you can make more room.
Make sure you get up early.
Okay, well, that's fine. I'll look when I get in. If it needs to be washed, I'll just have you wash it then. In the meantime, close the garage door, both of them, lock them, whatever needs to be done. What was the other thing that needs to be done out there?
Fireworks.
The fireworks. Take the fireworks from the house before you lock that door and put them out in the game room. By the other ones in the chair. And then shower. Make it quick. Try not to make a whole mess out of the bathroom since your sisters apparently cleaned it just now. Cool. Thank you. Alright. I don't even know where I was at. What? Talking about the event?
Spending.
Shuri spending. Yeah, so with the release method being 120 shards for 50, you're not getting anything out of that. They were of their word. It is the best deal that they have done so far on a release. It's not good. It doesn't cater to anybody that's free to play or really cheap to play.
Well, if you
Still
can
$50.
somehow find her orbs, which aren't available right now that I can find,
Oh yeah, the
you get a
showcase orb
bonus
things.
shard.
Right, one
But
shard.
you get legendary tunes in there, which is a bunch of bullshit. So now you can theoretically unlock Black Bolt and Iron Man without even upgrading the tunes to unlock him during his event. If you're a brand new tune, like 3 months in.
Yeah, they're going backwards with some of the stuff, and it's not making any sense. They did that a while back. Who was the other legendary they had in there they had shards for? Was it Invisible Woman? I want to say there was one a while back that they had some other legendary in there you were able to get. Because I got Ultimate's food off of it. Maybe it was Black Bolt before.
Just garbage.
No, it was Black Bolt. They gave like one shard to everybody for something. And it was Black Bolt that we got Ultimate's food for. That's who it was. It was a while back. But yeah, it's
It's garbage.
it's not a good look. It's
Like, where's the old-fashioned campaigns like Minerva and
You're
where
trying
you
to change
play
things
these
too much.
and get their character shards and get actual shards in the event to unlock the tomb.
yeah, not unlock a token that gets them in a certain level.
It's just,
They're trying to change too much at one time.
and they're
They just
trying
need to go back to the way
cater
it
to
was.
one aspect of this community and the player base, and everybody else feeding out. Like, all you're doing is really pissing off the free-to-play and your long-term players, because here's the third tune in less than 2 weeks to buy and spend $50 to $125 on. Just, yeah, and there's supposed to be some Crucible, yeah, because Crucible's a fucking shit show. Like, everybody and their mothers in Gold 1 or below, like, come on.
Yeah, so when you hear her say things like that, it's because she's not buying the characters. So to her, yes, this is 3 tunes in 2 weeks. To us that actually get the characters when they come out, yeah, I realize it hasn't been 3 characters in 2 weeks.
I don't have enough time to recoup any of my cores to even be able to core them or
That's what I'm
spend
saying.
on their event.
That's
I'm
what I'm
not
saying.
even going to finish the web milestone for the incursion energy because
So
I'm not coring that
If
shit.
you're coring a 45 and unlocking 100 at the same time, this is the 3rd tune in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because now this one comes out. And you're still trying to get Sasquatch and whoever the one right before that
Guardian
was.
and-
Guardian. Yeah, it was right before that.
North Star and like.
So yeah, it's that way. And it
And they
feels
said they
that
were
way.
supposed to be slowing this shit down, and they have not
Yeah,
at
well,
all.
I don't know what their cadence was before that they were
It
doing.
was usually like 1 to 2 tunes a month. I thought. One for Blitz release because you
3 and
have
4. 3 and 4 depending on the month and the time of year. And if there was a legendary or a Scourge coming out. We had tunes unlocking on top of Scourge events going on at the same time. So it just seems that way because
But have
the
we
fact
ever really
that
had
we're
2
leveling up to
characters?
18 now rather than up to 16 like before.
2 character orb people available because we had Guardian and North Star.
Yeah, we have.
Their character orbs in there to purchase.
Because they're leaving them longer because people complain about it. The problem is they're taking too much of the feedback. Stop
and they're taking
listening.
the wrong feedback.
Stop listening. Just stop changing the game up. Leave things how they were. I know I sound like an old person that's like, oh, change her. But the old releases and unlock methods actually were decent.
Right, there's nothing wrong with them.
Blitz was decent for an unlock method, and then doing the legendaries at 5 stars was decent as an unlock method, and then a campaign for the other one was decent for an unlock method. Why those things need to change into these multiple aspect events that you have to have your alliance involved in order for you to get MacGuffins to be able to unlock, type A, B, C, and D, that then go into a web store, that then you get free orbs from there, and you're hoping that maybe I can unlock off of that extra 5 shards that they give me. Like, it's just become so much. Like, you have to... It feels like I have to open a back room with a blackboard and a bunch of, pens and strings going from one to another with little note cards reminding myself every day of what to do.
Pretty much.
It's annoying sometimes. And it's like, I just want to get on, play the game, do my stuff, talk to my friends, and move on. That's it. That's all I want to do. I don't want to have to worry about, oh, did I check this event and check that? Did I max out my ISO energy for the day and my campaign energy for the day? Did I save this? Did I check every store? Did I scroll down to the bottom of this store because that's where the uniques are? Like, it's so involved. It's so involved. And those of you listening that are doing that on one account, imagine doing that on 5.
Well, helping other people navigate it.
While constantly being pinged by people asking questions about events when they come out. So,
Who then get mad that, well, why aren't we pushing for this? I want this. I have to have this.
and at the same time having a wife and a son both asking you for war counters. Yeah, do that. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I get a little nippy, and I apologize to my wife, to my son. I get a little nippy at it, but oh my gosh. We're in the last 10 minutes of war, and I've got, who can I hit? And if I have this, what do I do? And the other one's wanting to show me what they just did in their DD or their event with Mr. Fantastic. And it's like, I'm trying to type to 5 different people to tell them what counters to use because they still have them in the roster. It's like, rah! I stop. I give up. I'm not doing anymore. Like, nope, I'm out. Y'all are out. I'm gonna go play cards with my other son. Like, it's so frustrating sometimes. It's just like, Lord. But yeah, there's just so much right now. It's like, please dial it back. I don't know if you listen to this. I mean, if you had been listening to this, I'd be a Scopely executive already. So apparently you're not. But if for some chance you listen to episode 31 because it's a cool number and because I had a cool, catchy little, thing at the beginning, I don't know. Just please slow that stuff down a little bit. The event shouldn't be more than 2 different spots to go look, and then the web store.
Yeah.
2 in game, and then the web store. Not 5 different events going on at one and satellite, and we'll get that in a second because I know that's going to be tangented. But not those things at the same time, and then some other mode and war and Crucible is still going on. I haven't done a single attack. I'll just blitz my way through that. And your normal raids. Now there's 2 raids that you have to play one of them. You can't just sim unless you take the team to the moon, which
all 7,
nobody wants to do
diamonds.
that. Like, they're a shit team. So, both of them. So it's like, come on, dude. Like, come on. Like, please. I'm asking you, friend to friend. You've been my friend now for 5 years. Playing your game. I've been nothing but kind with you. I'm asking you. Turn it down a little bit. Let people relax. Let the hate go away. And let's just chill.
Right? Because now magically they changed the APOC unlock and made that 10 times easier.
They made it easier, but it's just
pissed off. So now, hey, here, shiny new carrot.
Well, and it's stupid too because it's just smacking in the face the people who just finished it.
Yeah.
It's smacking in the face those that have Phantom X, have Scarlet Witch, have people like that leveled up. And it's giving to these new players that are just like, all they're doing is right off the bat building incursion tunes.
Yep.
It's like, oh, you're building your raid tunes for Mutant? Cool, we'll give you 2 nodes in unlocking APOC. Just all you have to do is unlock Rogue, and all you gotta do is unlock Archangel. And that's 2 that you can use your Extreme for in another mode. Like, cool, it's friendly, but at the same time, it's like, shit, dude. Like, yeah. So I did all this, and I ain't getting shit for it. Like, it's like getting a cell phone. Like, everybody's done this. You get the cell phone, you buy your phone, you get on this plan, you pay a shit ton for this phone because, you got to pay monthly for it. It comes out of the deal. And then they put a deal on the commercials, and you see it. You've been a customer now for 1.5 years, but you're paying off your phone. You get a free phone, and we'll even pay off your old one if you want, if you switch to us.
Yep.
You call in the carrier, guess what they're going to say? Hells no. We're not going to pay off the phone that you just bought from us. No. You're one of ours now. It sucks to be you. And it feels that same way. And I mean,
it took us over a year.
Yeah, it took over a year.
And they're bitching because it's going to take them 6 months?
Yeah.
Wham. Who?
Yeah. Build slower.
Well, these tunes
Widen your
are 2
roster
years
out.
old. And?
Yeah, we're not going to want you in a War Heavy Alliance anyways if you're like that. So just widen your roster out. Stay down in Doom. That's where you need to be anyways.
No, we need DD7 on a 6-month account.
Yeah,
we need to be doing incursion. No. Even a 1-year account. That's too fast. Too far.
6 months, I think the most you should be is probably Doom 2. I would say 6 months.
The problem is they're just boosting so much so people get to that 100 within a few months and they're like, okay, I'm ready for this, I'm ready for that. I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah, month 1 should be sitting there leveling up your raid team. Once you get the U7 done, level up 4 more. Okay, now I can do Doom, go through Doom 1, 1.1 with those 5 teams, get to know them. Okay, ready for Doom 2. I've got the ISO set. I'm ready for Doom 2. I'm on month 2 now.
Yep.
Ready for Doom 2.
Because you're going to need those. I'm out of T4s now.
So now, as soon as you can send those Doom 2 nodes, now what you should be doing is building your war roster, building your Crucible stuff, building other stuff, widen your roster a little bit. So when these satellites come around, you're not doing 3 levels and be like, oh, I'm out of teams.
Yep,
because they get past them. Start over the next day. That sucks. No. You want to widen your roster out so you have a little bit, more to go. You want to be able to have, decent blitz squads to be able to get points. I mean, yeah, you can build 20 teams in a blitz squad. I mean, awesome, cool. Do 20 teams, do a rotation of 20. I would much rather have a 52 squad blitz squad that's getting 45 to 50 wins per rotation. That's just my thing. I mean, that's how I built my counter. I'm not gonna, have the high-low. I don't get the high-low build. It doesn't make sense to me. I know some people are Bibled by it. Cool, good for you. That's awesome. But if I can get 45 plus, the way that the blitz goes is you get points per battle, and you get points based on the strength of your tunes. You're not getting points just because you're doing a raid battle. It's based on the strength of your tunes, so you're going up milestones based on the strength of your tunes. So when you do the high-low, you're probably getting, I would say at 8, you might be getting 24,000 points maybe for that. I don't know, somewhere around there. But the same thing at 8 with me, with my beginner account with a full squad that are all evenly built, I'm going to get around 60. So I don't know. Everybody does this thing differently, and I get it. Like, that's fine, but they're just getting these people to want to build these teams too fast. Then they're getting bottlenecked. Then they're getting frustrated, and they're complaining. Then they're listening to the complaining, so they're making it easier so people go faster. Then they get bottlenecked, and then they complain. Then they're listening to people. It's called a cycle, and it's what y'all are stuck in. And I'm sorry. That sucks.
They need to slow the fuck down, though. Seriously.
Please slow down. Like I said,
but we're just releasing them to buy. We're gonna still slow down the cadence for free to play to get them, because story event probably won't be for another 2 weeks.
Yeah, free to play is gonna be nice and slow. But buyers that are paying money, absolutely, we're just gonna speed this sucker up. You want Captain Britain? Here you go.
I don't get why people are spending that much money on this game right now. I have no faith in them. Like, sure, I would love to buy the Dakin. What's the point?
Yeah, because you're under the assumption.
Like this, by the end of the year,
shut
it's
it down
done.
tomorrow. I mean, they could close doors tomorrow. They're not going to owe nobody nothing. It's on you.
They are trying to milk for everything they can get right now. They're trying to make that $4 billion investment look like, oh, hey, it was profitable. It was a good idea.
Yep, you made $1 billion off
and
of
the
it.
problem
Cool,
is all the top 1 to 200 people are buying it and falling for it.
Yeah.
Because they got to be top dogs. They got to be number 1. Because heaven forbid they be number 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
I spend. You can't be in front of me. You can't compete with me. How dare you be able to beat my war defense? I spent. I got Mephisto.
Right. Right.
Yeah, who shouldn't be on fucking War D?
Yeah, we got double fisted today. Double McFisted. We had 2 Mephistos.
Low, like they're the 2 highest people. So what? They're carrying their alliance through some of this stuff.
Absolutely. There you go. Just build your raid teams. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Because that's all it was on defense was raid teams.
Yeah, it was garbage.
It was Alpha Flight, Spider Society,
Out of time. They had out of time.
It. Out of time.
I still don't
guess
know
was
how
up
they
there.
made it through ours with as much as they had on defense.
Even as little as they had on defense.
Well, the out of time.
They had like Underworld on defense. They had New Avengers on defense. They had Heroes for Hire on defense.
I mean, how the hell?
The teams that we're seeing right now, we don't really need to use Underworld. So I can kind of understand that. But some people had New Warriors. Like that's an Underworld go for. But it was just bad. We had the most efficient war we'd had, and they were sloppy. They just attacked more. We had so many people with 10 attacks. Like, okay, 10, I'm done.
I ran out of teams. I think I hit 11 for 11.
Yeah, because we're using non-counters for teams that should have been countered. So, yeah,
well, and I punched down on some because it's like, well, nobody else is attacking. It's the last team in the room. Let's clear it. At least get the point.
Yeah, let's punch across and merch for money onto an out of time because there's only 4 people on right now. It doesn't make no sense. Anyways, I already went over War. War is upsetting. And we went over the release. The release is a little for today. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on. It's almost the 4th of July and you're going to do that. It's kind of like...
Yeah. I'm telling you, this is just greed. And the fact that they're, like, still paying as much as they're paying, it's never going to change. It's only going to get worse. It's almost like cut my losses and walk away now because
it's because you have
it's going to be too frustrating.
You have people that are like, oh, he took a day off. I can get first place. Let me spend and get there. And so they get there. And then somebody else is like, oh, well, I could be 2 now. I'm going to spin and get there. And it's just that ever cycle of that happening because you have those people at the top. That's what it is. It's about being number 1.
He's not going to get it. Yeah, I got to get that 3 diamond sus.
Yeah, it's about being number 1, man.
Yeah, it's
just that ever climb to number 1.
The amount of money and the amount of good you could do for so many people.
Yes. Oh, no, that's part that's probably more upsetting than anything. Is the money put in that you could help out other people with.
And it's money they're putting in to mainly screw others over.
I don't know. I think it's just them wanting stuff. And it's their hobby and they're having fun with it. So whatever. It's like if I go and buy a box of magic cards, they wouldn't sell so many boxes of magic cards if people didn't buy them. Yeah, it's the same thing.
And they keep upping the prices because they got to make the money because when you individually sell
it's like fireworks.
Cards.
If people didn't buy fireworks, they wouldn't sell them. See how much fireworks were today?
Yeah.
$130 for something that was $70, 3 years ago.
Well, yeah, and COVID fucked everything up.
I know, but I'm just saying, it's the same thing. They got to pay their weight. They got to pay their workers more that are working in the things. They got to pay for the supplies themselves, the shipping, get to stay open, the materials, the credit card machine,
in the empty parking lot.
Yeah,
because you can't just park
everything. It all has costs, and so because of those costs, things go up, and it's that way in the world. It's that greediness in the world is what we got going on right now. And it's leaching over to a game that's supposed to be fun and entertaining.
Yeah.
And it ends up being kind of a drag sometimes when things go like this. And they say that you have to have a certain amount of stars in order to unlock a character that is necessary for something. That's kind of a bummer because
legendary adjacent.
This dude's going to be a necessity for Professor X.
Yeah. Which D3 pointed out in chat that, old time, you had to get him to 5 to unlock him the first time, and then wait 3 months. This guy's being fucking bolted for up to a year. So if you do not get him now, and they are a Crucible team, you are beyond fucked.
Well, if you plan on playing Crucible. But you're also screwed if they decide to go for Professor X, because he's going to be a requirement.
And he's not going to come out before again because they're going to try and screw people over.
Yeah, maybe.
Until maybe content creators step up and be like, hey, my baby needs to get this because, their teams are farmable. When's it going to come out for this? We need it for this. When's it going to come out? And so maybe then they'll give in.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, you get a tool that's required for a legendary that you're not calling a legendary because you would go back on your word of not requiring a legendary for a legendary. So you call it an epic.
Which they said they would. They would have a different name for it. Like I said, they said that they would.
Yeah, it's just garbage. And then you're going to vault him for a year and then really fuck over it.
And they can do that because they say, well, technically, the legendary doesn't have to use him to unlock. Because you only need the 5-person team, and it's a 6-person team with him.
Yeah, the nodes are going to be... No, they're not going to be geared towards him.
No, but they're going to be hard. They're going to be hard.
Like these raids aren't geared towards Spider Stuff, but they're required.
Spider Society. Well, no. Like the last Scourge was with Old Man Logan.
God, yeah.
Like they said that it wasn't geared towards. I'm sorry, you had to have Spider Society.
Yeah.
Like you were able to. I used your team.
My new Avengers maxed out.
The new Avengers with Cap Sam and Shang-Chi, and I was able to get to the last person and then go in with the small Spider Society and get it. But that was at a lower difficulty, and that was just barely to unlock them at 5 stars. So, and that's after a few times practicing too, and going in, because you were done frustrated.
Around, it's going to be changed.
Because you were done frustrated with it, so I was like, okay, let me try to help you out and try to do it. And man, it just about got to me too, but I was able to get through it. It's just that part's...
It's like they keep going back on their word. Oh, you're only going to need this. This is recommended G16. No, you need G19 tunes to get through it.
Yeah.
Like, if you say G13 is required for something, you better damn well make sure that G13 is going to pass that shit.
Right.
Especially with no T4s now that you've taken them all away.
Yeah.
And 6,000 T4s before they stopped giving them out as much as they were.
I should be able to auto through it on 13 if you say recommended 15.
Yep. You should be able to auto it on 14, 15, 16. Like, if you're a G18 tune and going through there and you're getting destroyed, but it requires 13.
I understand if something says required, I'm going to have to play that. I get that. Because required means like this is the minimum you should have in order to pass it.
Yeah.
I get required,
It'll
but
be
when
a
it says
battle.
recommended means, all right, if you get to this, you're going to get through it fine.
Yeah.
And so that's what you
And
kind
if
of
you're
want to shoot
above
for.
that,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you're even easier.
Yeah, above that, you should just be able to hit the auto button.
You know, sometimes
No
I think
problem.
they just throw out those words just to give you a glimmer of hope.
And it's like, go back through, please, and play these things and see if they work. And if they don't
But
work,
we tried
then...
them on the test server, and it was fine on the test server. I don't know what happened when it went
Well,
live.
because when they try them on a test server, they try them with 7-4, 7
Right.
yellow, 4 red, maxed out abilities.
You're
That's
not
why.
trying it as a normal person.
Because a normal person is not going to have the T4s. You're not going to have the yellow stars. And you're probably not going to have all the
But
gear to
normal
get
people
all of
aren't
them
who
to
they
that.
want playing this game.
I know,
They
I know.
only want spenders.
I know. I get that. And speaking of which, so Satellite came out. And Satellite only had 40 floors. And Satellite was getting a pretty good number of points per floor.
And well, apparently, it only had 40 floors for a select few. Some people were able to access, that is how they got those 2 million points, because they could access the last 10.
Huh. So there you go. So 2 different A/B testing.
That's what the
And,
blog post said.
and the floors gave more points per.
Mm-hmm.
So they redo it. They put it back out. All of a sudden it's got 50 floors and the points are less per floor. And then they say, oh, you know what, we messed up. This one's not even an account for the leaderboards. So all of you that try-harded at the beginning to get up there, sorry, you don't get anything for it.
No. And because
we messed up.
they're gonna rerun it on Monday after this one ends with the leaderboard. But since the wilderness event will be over, they're gonna send us 4,000 wilderness or frags
It's like, oh
to
my
make up for
god.
it, because we were supposed to get those in the rank rewards.
So if it's that easy to send 4,000 of these wilderness orbs out to people because you made a mistake, why can't you just send more of these orbs out to people saying sorry for your shitty event?
Yeah.
Like, we understand, like, the players can't get to a certain level, so when you see that only 1% of your populace gets to, like, these milestones at the end, send out something, or tool it back would be the best case scenario at the beginning, but send out to the whole player base to make it equal for everybody. Amount that gets to, you know, say 50% of your player base gets to the milestone that gets you the MacGuffin.
Right. And as it stands now, I won't be getting it. So that'll throw off the monthly. But I've got him already.
Yeah, I don't even know. Honestly, I've had so much going on in life and doing things that we want to do and doing things for my family that I haven't looked at the events and I haven't tried hard on all of them. So I'm probably going to be missing out. I know my beginner count is because I don't blitz on it at all. Because I don't have time. I know, I'm just saying in general.
Yeah.
I don't blitz on it at all. I don't do a lot of other things. Sometimes I miss raids on it, which I don't try to, but sometimes I miss the player streak. You know, I try to get my 10 attacks. I try to get all my raid nodes done, but it's a 5th account. It's difficult, and it's one that's on my tablet, like everybody else, not on my computer where I'm chilling. So it's like, I don't know, it's just a little different. But like today, we decided, hey, I got the rental car. By the way, I have it until the 12th, so that's pretty cool. I get to have it a little longer. Well, I might trade it for a different one, but I get to have a rental car until the 12th at least.
Musical cars?
While my car's in the shop. So, but we took the fun car and we went to Ferndale, which is a local city of ours. It's like a historic town. It's got old Victorian homes everywhere. It's got a crazy huge graveyard with big old like tombstones and stuff like that. What are the other things called? The mausoleums?
The crypts.
Crypts, mausoleums, whatever those things are. Yeah. So-
Outbreak was filmed there. There
Yeah,
was a Jim
Outbreak.
Carrey movie filmed there.
The theater one. Was it?
Majestic
The
Theater
Majestic.
or something like that.
I think it's called The Majestic. Yeah.
There's been a few movies filmed there.
And it's a beautiful town. Also, if you watch the old Birds from the Hitchcock, they drive along Petrolia, which is right out from Ferndale. You go to Petrolia from Ferndale. That's where they're driving along with the cool car. That's Petrolia. But anyways, so we went there. We walked around. She took some pictures of their new anniversary gift, and we got some sweets and checked out some shops. Got a birthday present for my daughter, and just kind of did stuff like that. Just had some us time, and it was nice. And no game, no devices pulled out whatsoever. We didn't pull it out one time.
No, because I had my camera. I had my phone.
And it was during a war. I thought about it like 3 times, but I didn't do it. But yeah, did not pull it out one time. Didn't do nothing like that. We were very proud of ourselves. Came back by home, grabbed the fireworks on the way home. Got home, saw the shit show that was war, and them actually keep catching up to us, and it was kind of unnerving.
Yeah. And we got home just in time to finish to get 70% on the raids.
Oh yeah, jeez.
We were behind on those.
Yeah, 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go, I was able to get the boss now to get 70%. I was like, holy moly. Maybe it was 3. I don't know. It was somewhere in there. But it was nice. And I don't feel guilty about it. I don't feel bad about not checking before 2 o'clock to make sure that all my stuff was done. I didn't even look to see if I had finished my stuff. I didn't check the events things. I'm probably not going to finish all my objectives for the day for one of my accounts before 9 o'clock because that's when we're taping this, which is something for other people. So that's fine with me. I don't mind. I didn't do my daily milestones for the battle pass. Probably missed out on some of those. It's just there's so many things you have to do. And it's like, I got to make a sacrifice in the game to do for my own well-being. And sometimes we got to do that.
It's crazy. Well, I would do it more and take a day off. Like log on, do my raids and whatnot, but then it's like you're missing your streak if you don't complete your dailies.
Yeah.
Which I get, it's like 10, 20 minutes if you really want to just sit down and buy 3 random things in the supplies and rush through, but some days it's just like, man, is this really even worth it anymore?
Yeah, and fortunately we have good people.
I have more
even though
fun in the Discord.
a couple of people haven't been chatting as much, and you know who you are in the Discord because y'all are funny. It's what makes life go around sometimes. But the talking in the Discord, doing stuff like that is what makes it fun. And when we start having complaining in the Discord and people like arguing, and I'm having to break up arguments, that gets to be a lot too. So it's like, boy, oh boy, like. Yeah, things just need to slow down a little bit in games so we're not having arguments inside, outside the game, and we're not having frustrations with who unlocks what and what unlocks who. It's just a lot. It's a lot. Because when you make mistakes, you fix them super quick.
Yeah.
But if we have a mistake that we see, boy, oh boy, drag
like
your
Guardian,
feet.
there's no way Guardian is working properly.
No.
No way.
No.
Wolverine does more damage? I am sorry.
And we have a guy that, bless his soul, he spends his money the way he wants to. He was able to get Shuri, got Shuri up to 6 red, and went in war and tried to make an attack on a 2 million punch down with the new team minus who's not out yet. Not Catbird, who's the other one? Hank Pym. No, Hank Pym, so we put Red Guardian, I think, M'Baku in his place. So he had 4 of the team. And we're talking about a 600k Black Bolt, a 600k Iron Man, a 500k Shuri, and a 500k Mr. Fantastic, 550k Mr. Fantastic, and 2.9 million versus a 800 and something thousand New Avengers. Got obliterated.
It was orange gear in the Avengers too.
Got obliterated.
But
obliterated.
What is it supposed to even be for?
Black Bolt couldn't even burp nobody out. 660k Black Bolt couldn't even burp people out.
Implemented? Like, yeah.
That's just absurd. It's absurd that they're doing these teams and they're just trying too freaking hard. I'll tell you what,
and it's a Crucible only team. Like, give us another mode for them.
Your mistake were 3 things. There are these 3 words right here, and I'm going to tell you what they are. One is safeguard, one is trauma, and one is exposed. Those 3 words right there are what your mistake were. If you just stick straight to health kits, basic buffs and debuffs, flipping, switching, dodge, blind, stealth, things like that within the kit, going to dodge, to taunt, stuff like that. Places in game that you can manipulate on your own by using teams and using theorycraft. If you just kept to those, we'd be fine. But adding trauma means that you cannot reverse things once they happen to you. Adding safeguard means that they can't reverse things that happen to the defense or offense, whatever it is. And then not exposed. Is it called exposed? I think it's called exposed. The yellow one the yellow one that Sus puts on and all that stuff. Nightcrawler, Val exposed. Yeah, they have too many X words, but yeah, the exposed. Like doing that, making one target basically just straight out just make the ability energy fly for some teams, or the health go up like crazy for things like Sus, stuff like that. Well. Yeah, and the battlefield effect too.
Speed manipulation when they said
the fact that you have a tune come into play with the battlefield effect. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, it's just those things are what's killing the game. I mean, in reality, because you got to go above that. And what are you going to do above that?
But now that people see how much powerful he is, they got to get him now before his counter comes out, because then there won't be a point.
Yeah, because the only thing you can do above that is say that you can't do battlefield effects.
Yeah.
Or you can't have safeguard, is what APOC
And then
has.
it'll come into who spawns in first, and that'll be team placement, and...
Yeah, and then speed bar can't be manipulated. Yeah. You know, so it's just like that. You're painting yourself into a corner. Yeah. Just use the buffs and debuffs you have. They were fine. They worked. The exhausted technique in war actually is great. I like it. If you can hit a couple times, you can get it to the resistance, even though the resistance doesn't seem to change a lot of the time.
Right.
But the resistance goes down and makes it easier for you to clear. Like, I get that. That makes sense. And that it's less points if you hit it twice in war. Like, I think that's great, too. Mm-hmm. But having these other abilities that basically lock things in place and there's nothing you can do about it, really just, it puts a damper on anything you can do, because your hands are tied now. You can't say, because you said nothing can affect safeguard. You can't just all of a sudden make a character that says, oh, I'm going to take safeguard off.
Yep, ignore safeguard.
Yeah.
That'll be a thing.
You can't do something that says, oh, I just going to take
It'll
trauma off.
It'll be an empowered ability, that people cannot buy. They can only buy, and you'll never be able to get it in store.
But I mean, it's like the trauma thing, the way that makes it kind of cool is that you don't want to kill something, because if you kill it and it revives, it comes back, then you're talking about all of a sudden your trauma's gone. So there's manipulation of that to put on defense. So, I mean, there's stuff that work around it, but you shouldn't have done it. Doing it is just, it makes it so you have to power creep things so much that they take care of these abilities, pseudo abilities, before they're actually a problem. And when you power creep these tunes and you don't code them right, like Guardian, and they don't do what they're supposed to do, or they don't hit the way they're supposed to hit, then what do? You go and you increase the damage again? You're just talking more power creep. I thought you learned your lesson with Silver Surfer. Apparently not. You just had to keep going.
Yeah.
You should have just nipped it in the bud then, said, hey, you know what, we're going to reduce the stats by 10% across the board. Sorry. Sucks to be you. But, I mean, you've done it twice now since, with Mephisto and with North Star. You've done it twice now, so you could have done it back then, and then that would have slowed down a lot of this power creep. That's what started it. I mean, the Minerva thing with the health, that wasn't a huge deal. Ebony Maw kind of did the same thing. But the Surfer, that power creep where you're taking a 2-star character in and going against 7 stars at a time, like, that's when this started. And yeah, you shot yourself in the foot trying to go for money.
And now they're making tunes farmable quicker, but you don't even need them. They're good and they work amazing at the lower stars. When you get them higher, it seems like it stops working.
Yeah, because it's you plane out. You even out. There's nothing else they could do. They're evened out. So, but anyways, I know it's kind of a negative video, audio, podcast, simulcast, whatever you want to call it. But, it is what it is, and it's kind of how we felt today. I'm glad that we got a little break. It was nice. I love my wife. It's almost our anniversary, so I like spending time with her, and I like spending time with you guys, but there has to come a time where it's like, all right, it's time for me to put the game aside for a few hours and focus on what matters the most to me, and that's keeping Discord open on my chat and spending time with my wife, but not the game,
Yeah.
So
I had a lot more fun chatting in Discord the last few weeks than I've had in the game.
I know you've been so much more chatty. It's been nice. It's been nice. And we got good people in there, and it's fun to talk with people. So keep it up. We really enjoy that.
They don't get offended when I say my D's bigger than theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Even Dre's like, oh, Sable will get that, no problem. The fuck I will. I'm not stupid. I'm not going after a Mephisto. Somebody else can burn that shit, then I'll take his ass out.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yep.
But
D3,
by the time he came around, he was...
D3 said went in with Invaders first and then took it out. I mean, that seems to be a good burn because that's a shit team.
Yeah, but I just didn't have anything left powerhouse-wise to even attempt because I had already used everything.
But yeah, we appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much for listening in. And if you haven't already, if this is your first one, please listen to the ones before. We're on 31, so you got 30 to go. It should be about 45 minutes apiece. That's going to be quite a bit of time. No, I mean, it's not 30 hours. It's 75% of 30, so that's a bunch. I've been drinking some, so math is a little slow. 75% of 30, what's that, like 24? I think it's like 24.
You have Peter Parker, or whatever the fuck that dude's name is, flinging his baby around.
1 out of 4, that's 7.5, so it's what, I think I was pretty close to that. That guess right off the top of my head is pretty close. It's actually 22.5. So that's not bad at all. So yeah, 22.5.
Whip that out in a day if you really wanted.
22 and a half hours. Yeah, you can listen to that in a day. Just listen to us all day long. While you're on a plane or something. Commander X, while you're on the plane, you're flying all the time. There you go. 24-hour flight, you got us. The whole series. But anyways, we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. My name's Viz.
I'm Sable.
Until next time.